Hey, beautiful people of the world. This is Miss Etta. Hey. All right, so I was having a conversation last night about hair and about permanence and what makes a permanent a perm, what makes a relaxer, and all these type of things. So, I decided to do the condensed version of what is the difference between a relaxer and a perm and a Jheri curl. All right, so this is what we start with. You have to understand that I've done this for over 20 some odd years, 25 at least. And I'm coming up on my 30th anniversary of me beginning my beauty industry journey. So, perms. All right, so we'll start with the relaxer. What are relaxers, Etta? All right, so relaxers are usually they were made popular many moons ago. They started as a conk. What is a conk? They use potash, lye, and something else. I'll figure that out when I get to that point and I'll put it down there. And so, they mixed it up. Oh, with the fat of like animal fat, lye, and potash. Potash is like ashes, and so they mixed that together and they put it on the hair. And what that did, that made it straight. How did it make it straight, Etta? It broke the disulfide bonds. Say it with me. Disulfide bonds. And the disulfide bonds are in your hair. You know, you have different bonds. You have salt bonds. They break with water. The disulfide bonds are the ones that you break with chemicals. Okay? So, with the conk, that's what made kinky hair straight. And it restructured, it broke the bond, so it can't revert back. It's just like, you, what do you call it? Like a compound, pretty much. Once it gets into your hair, it's something brand new. It just can't be reverted back. And so after that, over time, it became, more chemicals need to be more controlled. Because with the conk, you just have some household ingredients just threw together. Blah, 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 blah. Threw it together. And then the mixture, smooth. And what am I doing? I am doing 2 processes. With all of these chemicals that I'm going to talk about, there's going to have 2 processes. There's going to have the chemical reaction and the physical reaction. So I'm talking about the conks. I'm talking about the relaxers. It relaxes your curl. It relaxes and makes it straight. So how does it work? All right. So the main chemical and the most commercial, I believe the commercial relaxers there's a couple. They call them no lye. The one with lye usually has the sodium hydroxide. Yes, the same chemical that goes into Drano. That's what we put in our hair. I have before. I'm all natural, but a good relaxer, this is my opinion. I like a good relaxer that works quickly. And that would be a sodium hydroxide one. They're harder to find because people are like, stay away from the lye. So you have your no-lye relaxers. And your no-lye relaxers usually have different types of derivatives of sodium hydroxide, but they're all hydroxides. You have the calcium, and then you have the guanidine hydroxides. And they're a little bit more gentle, but some of them, they pull moisture out of the hair, like the calcium, in the bones. It just draws it out. Anyway, getting back to the point, you have your hydroxide cream, and then you have an activator. Some you have activators, some you don't. Usually with a no lye relaxer, you will have the activator that you pour in, and then the base that has the hydroxide aspect. So you pour them together, mix it up, and then you put it on the hair. Soon as the chemical hits your hair, your bonds are like, oh, what is this? We're not going to be the same. We're just not going to be the same. So go through, apply it, but the chemical action mixed with the physical, that's what makes the hair straight, right? Okay, got it to the desired straightness, right? Some people, if you don't leave it on a lot, it's, same compound as with texturizers and those type of things. The only difference is you don't smooth it. You use a big comb and you comb through to loosen up the curls so you can have them juice and berries type of things, right? So you have everything all there, right? You got to go rinse all of it out. You got to rinse it out. And then when you rinse it out, you don't manipulate it a whole bunch. But you have to remember, once it's on and your hair is soft, it's very fragile. It's just like, it's like if you broke a bone and you know how your hair is just like, or your whatever you broke, it needs to be reset. What do? You put something on, you put a cast on it, right? You put something in so it can set, so it can go back to what it was. Hence, the neutralizing shampoo. Neutralizing shampoo rinses all of that chemical out, but it also neutralizes it into its new state. And now it's not a disulfide bond anymore. It's a lanthionine bond. And that's because one of the rungs has been altered, and it's just like, I'm free and flowy now. So that's why relaxers do not revert back. Oh, they do not revert back. And some people say, yeah, we can bring that back. Absolutely not. You cannot. Once it's done, it's done. It grows out, but it's that hair is not going to be the same. It's just not going to be the same. So, but posing the question from jump, what's the difference between a perm and a relaxer? Terminology, people. A lot of people in the community, growing up, they called a perm a relaxer perm. They say, oh, a perm does this and a perm does that. And that's true. A perm is when you have the ammonium thioglycolate or thioglycolic acid. And that's what, if you have straight hair, you put your rollers in. Roll it up. You shampoo it real good. Make sure it's on clean hair. Yes. And then you roll it up. This is your physical action. And then you have put the thioglycolic solution on your hair. That's the chemical action. So the chemical action on this is as follows. We talked about the, what do you call them? Them bonds. The disulfide bonds. All right. So disulfide bonds are like this here, right? And they just like, the salt bonds are broken because, we got the hair wet. So they're just in a new state, just chilling, but the hair is wet. No chemicals. But you wrap it with, some people use it with solution if their hair is coarse. We're not going into that deep right now. We're just doing super basic. So you wrap it up with water in rollers. So your hair is just chilling like this, right? All right. And then the perm solution is 2 steps. Perm solution is number 1. Perm solution, you put it on, and then it goes like this. And then your hair is just like, what is going on? What is going on? So it gets soft. It's fragile. Remember the fragile. So it don't necessarily do that like that. It depends on how dense, what type of hair you got, but this is what the chemical does. Thioglycolic acid. It pulls it away. Right? So time's up. Go to the bowl, rinse out. Okay. So Everything is being rinsed out and the hair is still like broken. It's just like, oh my gosh. When do I get back to the one? Is when you put the neutralizer in, right? And when you do that, I'll have the name of the, what you call the other element, probably in different available. That didn't even make sense. Just follow. All right, so put the neutralizer on. We're bringing it back to the one. It comes together, but remember, the hair is in rollers. The hair is in rollers, people. So that means by rinsing it out and putting the neutralizer in, it's locked into a new shape because of the curling rod. It's a new circle, depending on if it's a red rod all the way up to the brown. And then you rinse. They say rinse at least 10 minutes, 5, 10. 10 is good. 5, is it 5? Depends. I used to do 7.5. You put a timer on. And then once you release it, or once you rinse, you take them out. And then you have a nice, if you saturated it the way you're supposed to, you'll have a nice new do, right? So we have that. That's the traditional one. Now, Jheri curl, what the hell? Jheri curls. The Jheri curl is a double process permanent wave. What the hell? What does that mean? That means that with the perm, you have to have it in 2 forms because kinkier hair it needs to penetrate more to break down. You need it in a different viscosity. So you would have your jar, and then you would have your lotion that you would wrap the hair with. It's intense. So you have kinky hair, yes. So you have to make it straight, right? So you put on, so it's the process of doing a relaxer and a permanent in one service. That's a lot. So you have the thick stuff that you go through and you do that roots to ends. Well, where's the ends? We're not even getting to the actual service. We're just going to go with the steps. So you put the stuff on and then you go through the timing to relax that. You want it to a really good straightness. You don't want to take all the curl out because if you do, then you will overprocess. And remember, you have to also roll the rods with another solution, same chemical, just in a lotion form. So you have the paste form to make it straight. Then you section into wrapping it up with the lotion form, and then you process. So this is like the one process that we did in the straight hair permanent. Then rinse. This one you would rinse even more to get all traces of everything. Then you go through with the neutralizer. Yes. So same thing as we did before. Neutralizer. It's just like, okay. But the main thing with this is all the chemical is the same. It's all thioglycolic acid or ammonium thioglycolate. The only difference is the forms that it takes. The paste and the lotion. Thicker to adhere to the hair, right? And then rinse, neutralizer. Neutralizer, same thing as like water, but it's different. And it puts everything back together in a new formed curl. And then you have your glycerin and I'm back. You have the glycerin, you have the curl activator, you have all these things to keep it moist because these things, they can dry your hair out. And one key thing with permanent waves, you do not want to shampoo your hair for at least 48 to 72 hours because your hair may revert back. And that is with your perms, your permanent Jheri curl. Same thing, but the Jheri curl is what? 2 processes to get to the same result. And I know that's a lot, but I can do this more detailed with each chemical process. But I just get super excited about talking about permanents or just chemicals. I haven't even tapped on the, what do you call it, the color theory. Don't get it twisted. Miss Etta been doing this shit for a long time. Excuse the other words, but hey, I can say what I want. Anyway, I'm going to go in here and eat. I'm hungry. But I hope that this informed you and how these things actually work. It's fairly easy. I didn't show y'all how to do it, but this is how the chemicals work. I will talk to you later and have a great day. Okay, bye.